Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we will discuss about Super Visa for parents and grandparents. If you want to bring your parents to Canada on Super Visa, then this video is for you guys. I will discuss in this video step-by-step process to bring your parents to Canada. We will be using a new IRCC portal for Super Visa application. In this video, we will discuss about all documents required for Super Visa application, how to submit, how to prepare online application, and in the end of the video, I will show you how to prepare an invitation letter, which is very important for Super Visa application. Then we will go over funds required for this application. We will go over processing time for Super Visa as well, and then we will discuss about medical insurance, which is mandatory and important for Super Visa application. Lastly, we will see other documents like proof of relation, how to prepare proof of relation, what documents you can use it, how much you need to pay for biometric. So we will discover all these things one by one during this application. And before we go ahead, please do subscribe to my channel so that you guys don't miss any future updates. Open your Google browser and search here cic.gc.ca and click on first link. So scroll it down and click here visit. Scroll it down, click here visit your children or grandchildren. So here you can see that parents and grandparents Super Visa here. So here services and information, you can see that apply for Super Visa, extend your stay, letter of invitation. Let's click on apply for Super Visa. So you can see that is $100 application fee for each applicant, and you can check processing time by clicking on this link here, that how much time it takes for a Super Visa to process. So here you can check other things about documents, who can apply and how to apply, and after you apply here. So Super Visa is basically for parents or grandparents. A Super Visa let you live in Canada up to 5 years. Before, the limit was 2 years. Now it has been increased to 5 years. So starting from July 4, 2022, they have increased the limit to stay in Canada from 2 years to 5 years. Under how to apply, get ready your documents. So these are the information, or these are the things you need to know, and all these information you need to have to apply a Super Visa for your parents or grandparents. So first of all, you need to have a letter of invitation, which we will discuss in the end of the video, how to prepare, from your child or grandchild who's a Canadian citizen or a permanent resident of Canada. So here, proof that your child or grandchild household meets the minimum necessary income. So let's click on this link here. So here, if you are a family of 3 person, parents and the child together, they are 3 person, then the child has to has an income of $40,742. So this is the amount you need to earn every year to sponsor your parents, so that you are a family of 3. So let's go back. As a proof of income, your child has to provide these all documents for the application. On the top of that, when you are applying for Super Visa, you must have medical insurance already approved, actually, that from this date to this date for 1 year you have medical insurance, and the coverage of the medical insurance must be more than or at least $100,000. Without medical insurance, you won't get entry to Canada, otherwise your file will be rejected. So it's mandatory to have this much coverage. If you guys have an account on IRCC portal, then you can simply click on sign in and go ahead. If you guys don't have it, then click here sign up and apply. What would you like to do today? There's three options. You need to select one out of that. So I will select here apply for a visitor visa on behalf of someone. So if you want to apply a visitor visa for your parents, you can select this option. If your parents want to apply a visitor visa for themselves, select here. But if you are applying on behalf of your parents, you can select the second option. Do they already have an application in process? No. Get an IRCC portal account. Click here. So here you need to get an invitation code to register your account. To make an account at IRCC portal, we need to get an invitation code. For that, we need to fill up our email ID here and again confirm your email ID here and then click on get invitation code. So here this is the code. Let's copy here and continue to IRCC portal. So here you need to paste your invite code, and after that you need to fill up your email and password, all other information. Here I want to mention that in this section you need to provide here the name of the applicant. If it's your parents, so you can provide here one of your parents' name here. Make sure it exactly matches your passport and then provide other information and sign up. So here you must have received one code to your email, so just go to your email and log in there. So click on your email and you will see that there is a code inside. You just need to copy and you need to paste here and then confirm here. So email has been verified. Now you can sign in here with your email ID and your password. So let's go here, I accept. So here we are logged into our IRCC portal account. Here you can see that we are signed in as Dalip Singh, who's principal applicant. In case you have an account and the account is not on the name of principal holder, then what you can do here, you can click here account profile and you can change the applicant name here. So let's scroll it down. So here start an application, apply for visitor visa. Just click on this link. Follow these steps here one by one. So one thing I want to mention here, that you need to submit this application within 60 days from today. So if you don't submit within 60 days, then this application will be deleted automatically. So let's click here I acknowledge and start application. Do you want to apply for more than one person at same time? Yes, because we want to apply for our parents. So here select your group here. So here we want to apply for our family. If you want to apply for other things, you can locate here, because we want to apply for our parents. Let's select here family. You can give here a name to the group as well. Let's call it home and save and continue. So here you can see that days left here to submit 60 days. Your group ID is this one here. So here what we need to do, add a member here. So click here and here you can add members here. So basically we need to add here two members here. One is for your father and one is for your mother. Now after that what we need to do, we need to click here continue. So here I want to mention that I have already filled out this whole application so that I can make it fast and we can discuss more and more things together. So here I want to apply for a visitor visa or super visa. So under here, why do you need a visa? So we need to find here which category we fall to, as we want to bring our parents to Canada more than 6 months under super visa. So visit to my children or grandchildren for more than 6 months, which falls under super visa. So select this option. And after that, tell us more about what will you do in Canada and include dates as well. So here you need to mention that your reason to visit Canada and which dates you want to visit in Canada. I would say that try to use all space available in this box and to fill up maximum and explain everything inside here. So here again you need to fill up your dates, when you will probably will enter in Canada and when will you leave Canada. I selected this date that my parents will be staying for around 1 year in Canada, which is more than 6 months, and it's up to you that you want to stay here for 1 year or more than that. that stay you can plan according to you once you have your visa. So save and continue. So here apply for super visa. So as per the Canadian government, like you can stay in Canada up to 5 years with the single entry in Canada. Before this limit was 2 years. So now Canadian government has increased this limit from 2 years to 5 years. So you can stay on single entry up to 5 years in Canada. Along with this, they have mentioned that there are some key requirements that you need to fulfill when you apply for super visa. So first of all, parents has to apply from outside of Canada when they apply super visa. The parents and grandparents of Canadian citizen. It means that the child has to be a citizen or permanent resident of Canada, and the child has to provide a signed letter of invitation that he's inviting his or her grandparents or parents to Canada. And along with that, the parents has to have 1 year Canadian insurance company insurance actually. So that's important here to notice that the medical insurance has to be from a Canadian insurance company for 1 year, which has a minimum coverage of $100,000. That's important. If you don't have this requirement fulfilled, your file will be rejected. So you need to have a proof that you already have insurance fully paid. So that's the important thing to note, that the insurance has to be fully paid when you apply this application. So you need to provide a proof that you already have an insurance fully paid. So here you can read this information here. Now as we move forward, we need to fill up all this information when we continue to application. So click here, continue to application. Representative, are you applying on behalf of someone else? So here I want to mention here that if your parents can fill up this application by themselves, then you need to say here no. But if you are filling up this application on behalf of your parents, then you need to say yes here. And then are you an authorized paid representative? No, because you are just filling on behalf of your parents here. So then who are you in relation to the person you are helping? So it's a family member. You can select here a family member, or if you are a friend, you can select here a friend. Now here you need to provide as a representative to your parents, you need to provide your information here, your last name and your first name here. Then you need to provide your phone number. So here you need to provide again your address. Like if you're living in Canada, you need to provide your Canadian address. If you are living out of Canada, then you need to provide address where you're living. So let's go ahead and provide all this information, and we will here save and continue. So travel document information. Here you need to provide last name of your father and first name of your father. So you need to provide this information as per your passport, exactly as it is written there. I have seen that in some Indian passports, the last name is blank and everything is given in first name. So if this is the case, what you need to do here, you need to enter your first name or your given name to the last name and leave your given name blank here. And then you need to enter here your date of birth, select your gender and save and continue. So here, type of travel document. What document are you traveling with? Passport, yes. What type of passport is it? Regular. Select the country code that matches your passport, so select your country. What is your nationality? Select here your nationality. Then you need to provide your passport number and confirm again. Then you need to provide your issue date and expiry date of your passport. Are you a lawful permanent resident of United States? No. Have you held a Canadian visitor visa in past 10 years? So no. If you had it before, say yes. Do you currently hold a valid US non-immigrant visa? No. Are you traveling to Canada by air? Yes. Save and continue. Citizen and places where the applicant has lived. So here, country where you were born. So you need to mention here where your father was born. So let's select your country here, India. Then you need to provide your father's birth city. Are you a citizen more than one country? No. If you are, then select yes. Which country or territory are you citizen of India? I'm a citizen of this country since birth, and save and continue. After that, national identity document. If your country has a national identity document, then say yes. If no, then select no. In case of India, you can enter here your Aadhaar card number and your date of issue of your Aadhaar card number and select the country. Save and continue. Name used in the past. If your father used another name, then select yes. If no, select no here. Save and continue. Countries and territories of residence. So you need to select here what is your residential address. So your father's residential address in India, so select here India. If not, select your country here. Then you need to give your address in India. Is your mailing address is same as your residential address? If yes, select yes. If no, then you need to select no and add another mailing address. You need to add here all the countries which you have lived for more than 6 months in last 5 years. You need to add here. So let's say you add here, you need to select here which country you've been. So you need to select the country. Okay, let's say India. You select here India. What is your status in your country? Select I'm citizen here, and I'm a resident of India since my birth, so you can select here that I'm currently living here and save this information. If there is more than this you need to provide, then select add once again and fill up all this information and then save and continue. So for biometric, if you have given biometrics in last 10 years for a visitor visa or study or work permit, then you don't need to provide because they are valid for 10 years. But if you have never given biometrics, then you need to say here no and save and continue. Who is inviting you? So you need to provide here inviter's exactly name as it appears on passport. Enter your son or daughter's information here because they are sponsoring you to Canada. So enter here your son or daughter's first name and last name here in these columns, and then you need to select here what is your relationship to you. So on behalf of your father, select here family member or a friend, whoever is. In our case it's a family member, so select family member. And what is mailing address? Select the country. So your son or daughter is living in Canada, so select Canada. So enter here your son or daughter's address in this box here. So provide this all information for your son or daughter, and after that you need to provide a phone number, and here you need to provide an email address, and then have someone else invited you. If yes, select here yes. If no, select no and save and continue. So in this section we will discuss here how much money do you have for your stay in Canada. So in this column I have used roughly $15,000. So this amount I used in a way that my son will be providing a financial support to us during our stay in Canada. But if you have more than $15,000, use the maximum amount you can use here. 15,000, 20,000, 25,000, as much maximum number you can put here, you can put it here. Before we go ahead, I want to show you guys that your son has to earn certain amount of salary in a year to sponsor parents. So this is important. Let's go once again here. So your son has to meet this income requirement cutoff. Let's say your son and his wife and there's a kid. They are a family of 3 and they want to sponsor another 2 guys, their parents. Then total will be 5 people. So your son has to has an income of $56,104. So this is important. If you don't meet this requirement, your file will be rejected. So make sure that you know this thing, and you have minimum necessary gross income to sponsor your parents or grandparents to Canada. Let's go back, save and continue. So we need to provide here education, work and other activities history here. So have you ever studied at post-secondary school like university or college, then you need to select here yes, and then you need to provide that information here. As I have already filled out this information, I will just give you an example. So add it here, mention here your university college name, then year of study, is it still ongoing, or when you finish your studies, you need to put it here. Basically enter all this information here and save and go to next. If there's another column you want to add, you need to add here. Then after that, work history here. So if you served in military or these all sectors here, then you need to say here yes. If no, then select here no. Give details of your employment or activities in last 10 years. So what you need to do here, that you need to provide information over last 10 years without any gap. Save and continue. Here you need to provide your travel history. If you have traveled in last 5 years out of your country of birth, then you need to provide this information here. If no, then select here. If you select here yes, then you need to provide your travel history here. So here I'm gonna select here no. So let's go save and continue. So here you need to provide, if you being denied an entry to any country, then you need to provide here yes. If not, then select here no and save and continue. So here you need to see all these questions here and you need to provide answers as per your condition. So select here save and continue. So here again you need to see if you are a member of political party and select here no. So again you need to see these questions here as per your condition and save and continue. Medical background questions. Have you had a medical exam performed by IRCC authorized panel in last 12 months? If yes, select yes. If no, so say no here and save and continue. So select here as per your medical condition. So again you need to answer these questions as per your medical condition. So select no no. I have selected here no no. Save and continue. So again you need to see here all these questions as per your condition. Save and continue. So you need to provide here your father's marital status, so married, and the date of marriage you need to provide here, and then you need to provide your father's spouse name here or your mother's name here, and then you need to provide your mother's date of birth here, country of birth, and occupation for your mother here. Is their address is same as yours? Yes. In this question they are saying that if your spouse is coming with you, select yes and save and continue. Do you have any biological children? So if yes, then select here yes and add all the children your father and mother has, and then save and continue. So tell us about your parents' name. Here you need to provide your father's father and mother name here. So basically if you are filling this form on behalf of your parents, then you need to provide here names of your grandfather and grandmother and save and continue. Language of applicant. What is your mother tongue? You need to select here out of this one. Then can you communicate in English or French? If your father can speak English or French, then you need to select one out of this one. If he can't, select here neither. What language do you want us to contact you? English. Save and continue. Then you need to provide here email address. Here you can provide your email as well if your father doesn't have his own email, and then save and continue. Telephone number of the applicant, you can provide here again the telephone number, add here that cellular Canada and add the number you want to give. So here I would recommend that you provide your own number. So summary of information, here you can review all the information you provided in whole this application and you can go one by one, and if everything's okay then you can say save and continue. So here you need to provide documents to support your application. So when you provide this document, these are the format IRCC accept here, and each document cannot be bigger than 2 megabytes. Scroll it down. So here you see that we have all the documents which we need to upload here. So let's go one by one. So first of all, invitation letter. So when you prepare invitation letter, you need to read here carefully, and you need to provide all these information which are mentioned under here. So I will give you an example that how an invitation letter looks like. So I have already prepared one. So here you can see that I have one invitation letter which is just for reference. Like when you prepare your invitation letter, don't copy this one. Just try to give your details and your reason. When you prepare your invitation letter, try to provide your details and modify as per your condition. Just quickly going over here, you need to provide here your information here, your status in Canada along with your PR card number, and then here your occupation in Canada, how much you're earning here. And in this paragraph you can provide here your parents detail, what they are doing back home, and what they're working for, their passport numbers, all the details you can provide here. And after that you need to provide under this paragraph their reason of visit to Canada. So here you can provide different reasons as per your condition. So you can work on that. After that you can mention to visa official that they will return back to their home country once their stay is over in Canada. Here you can mention that you have insurance from Canadian company which is valid for 1 year. You are submitting a proof of the coverage as well. And here again you can tell them that I have attached along my application proof of my employment, my legal status in Canada, recent bank statements, and other details here. A copy of your status in Canada you can attach along with this PDF, and then you need to sign here. It is always good to notarize your invitation letter, and then again you can provide your parents details here, and then you can provide here personal details. So this is quickly to go over how you can prepare your invitation letter and submit along your application. So again I would say that change this invitation letter as per your condition, don't copy. So let's go back. So once you have invitation letter, upload here, scroll it down, then proof of income. So this proof of income, I just want to mention that it is for the child or grandchild. So grandchild has to provide, or child has to provide, the income proof that he's working in Canada, he or she meets minimum required income. So for that, what you need to do, you need to read here carefully each and everything and provide information or document according to the requirement here. So you need to provide, the inviter has to provide here that he or she meets minimum low income requirement that we already discussed before. Again, you can read all this information, and you can provide multiple proof of income and put them in one PDF and upload here. So national identity document. So here you can provide your Aadhaar card for national identity document. I just want to mention here that during the online application, when you filled the information, if you said no for national identity document, then this option you won't see here. If you said yes, then you will see this option here. So we mentioned yes during the application, so you need to upload here Aadhaar card. Let's go here, passport. So you need to upload here first and last page of your passport here. So funds here, again what you need to do here, you need to read here all this information. So whatever information is relevant to you, for example bank statement of past 4 months, whatever you think like you can provide as per their requirement, make a PDF of all these documents and upload under this section. Use of representative. So I have an example for this form that how to fill up. So let's go ahead. If you are a representative of your parents, then you need to fill up this form here that appointing a representative. So you need to complete section A, B, and D. Inside section A, you need to provide applicant's name, your father name here, and date of birth. Then you need to fill up section B, appointment of a representative. So here you need to provide your name and your given name and last name here, and then here your representative, a friend or family members. Tick here, and after that you need to go down here, and then your representatives contact information. So here you need to provide your own information here inside Canada, that this is my number and this is where I stays and this is my email. Okay, after that you need to provide your signature here and date, and then at the last your parents has to sign here, your father has to sign here and your mother has to sign that. Then you need to save this one and close this document. So next here, relationship proof. So you need to prove here that you are the son of your parents. So what you can do here, you can provide different proofs here. For example, you can provide your birth certificate, because birth certificate has your father and your mother name. You can provide other proofs as well, any official document which names your parents on that. So you can make a PDF of that and you can upload under this section. So let's go to the next section here, marriage certificate. So here you need to provide a marriage certificate for your parents. If your parents don't have a marriage certificate, I have prepared one example what they can do. So let's go ahead. I have written a small letter that you can mention here, that dear sir, madam, that we don't have a marriage certificate. As a proof of our marriage, I'm attaching passport of both of us showing spouse name on it. So here, for example, that this is my father's passport here, my passport with my spouse name on it. So you can provide your father's passport here, first page, and this is the last page. So on the last page you can, with the rectangle mark here, that father's passport has mother name here, and same thing then you can do for your mother's passport, that your mother's passport has your father name there. So basically both spouse has each other's name on their passport. You can also provide Aadhaar card, because Aadhaar card also has each other's name. After that, medical insurance proof here. So again, you need to provide here a proof of medical insurance from a Canadian insurance company which has minimum coverage of 100,000 for a year. So the proof of medical insurance from Canadian company you have to upload under here. So let's go ahead. So under optional documents, usually we don't need to upload any information here. If you have any document which you think is very important for your application, I would recommend you to upload here under additional documents. So other thing I would say that you can make an affidavit that your parents will stay here for this period, and after their stay they will return back to their home country. Along with this, you can also add more documents like your property document, which shows that you have very strong ties back home, like your property, your business, your family. This shows that they have very strong ties back home, so which is very important as well. So if you have these kind of informations, you can make a PDF of all documents together and upload here under additional documents, and give a name of additional document to that file and upload here, save and continue. So here, do you consent to be contacted by CIC? So yes, here then applicant has to sign here. So here I want to mention that it's a principal applicant, not a representative. So you need to sign here, save and continue. So now as you see that we have completed this application for your father here. So once it's done, what you need to do here, then you need to add your mother application same way here. So we added another member, which is your mother here. Before was your father here. Once it's done, you need to select here continue. Then you need to provide same information for your mother as we did it for your father here. So once you provided information for your parents here, what you need to do here, just I confirm here, I completed this form, save and continue. So once you do it here, that you need to select here who is the principal applicant of this group application. So here I select my father here and save and continue. So once here is done, then you need to tell who's other family member here. So I would add here spouse, that she's spouse of my father. So here let's save and continue. It will tell you that how much it's gonna cost you. For example, for visitor visa it will cost you $100 per application. Biometric for both of them is $170. So in total it will cost you $370. So save and continue. So here you need to provide your Visa card or whatever card you have, all this information, and you need to pay this amount. So once you pay this amount, it means that your application is submitted. Once you submit your application, the first thing you need to do that to take an biometric appointment, because without biometrics they won't process your application. So in this video I try to cover most of the topics that which are required. So if you still have any question, you can comment in comment box. I will definitely reply. So if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss any future updates. I will be posting out many more videos related to immigration, related to super visa, and many more. So please do subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much.